for the Miami Dolphins. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no.
Really love and value. And when they show the film, that's to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Miami.
It's Week 13 of the 2022 season, and we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill, closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Dolphins and the Niners, and it's all up next.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Dolphins in our ball game here. This year, they've really struggled to run the football. You and I have talked about that a lot. And in this one, running the football could be extra tough because they're going against one of the best run defenses in the National Football League.
Yeah, it's a bit like trying to run through the proverbial brick wall, isn't it, partner? And I think that what we learned from them this week is that they've gone back and reviewed all the best runs they've had this year. What's made them so?
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here come the Dolphins now.
He can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
White's throw is taken in by Waddle. 9 yards to pick up there. It's a first down.
People say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a...
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Holding, offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover. White looks to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Now White. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man complete. It's a big play there for Miami. 49 yards. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On 2nd down, Mostert. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. To throw, White. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And that sack there, that likely brings out the field goal unit, so they might have to settle for 3 here on their opening drive.
They did some nice things, getting things started there, moving the ball downfield, but taking that sack on 3rd down. That lets the air out of the momentum balloon just a little bit.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
This is what this man was born for, the big spotlight on the national stage like this. Really, his entire career, he's demonstrated incredible poise, no matter what type of situation his team was in. No situation is too big for him, and you can tell in the way that he takes the field. His self-belief is evident, and he gets the job done in his mind each and every time.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? You might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Back to throw. Durant. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Next receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Now a throw here, hauled in, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 1st down, it's White. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A handoff running left is Mostert. Oh, look at the juke. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, But also, when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now White. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Here's White. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. To throw again on 2nd down. White, quick slant, Tyreek Hill with it. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. You've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And it's caught. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Alec Ingold with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And, boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. No. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Week 13 here in the NFL. First weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now. And we got a couple of good ones in prime time. Tonight, national audience gets a look at the Colts for a 2nd straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. McCaffrey running up and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. On first down, Durant. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Durant. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 26. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And his throw here is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play call.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. They're able to complete this one to McLeod. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins have just about sewn up this football game.
I think he thought he had his first read open on that one, but they were obviously ready for that throw, and that's just a lack of experience showing. Young quarterback stared his man down the whole way, and they were more than happy to sit on that route and bring home the INT.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end, but a great job to come in here in a tough environment, Charles, and get the victory.
Yeah, tough environment indeed. How about all the people we can hear shouting from their seats right below us, partner? They weren't real happy that their team didn't keep the home field. How about how these visitors came in, calm every step of the way, even with all the pressure, and found a way to get out of here with a win.
So for the Dolphins, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Niners, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll look to get back on the Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Ryan. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Ryan. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. And his kick is indeed good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance. So not a surprise, but there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So Matt Ryan of the offense, down by 6, less than 90 seconds to go. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here. Throwing now is Ryan. Evans has it left side. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Here's Ryan. And that is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Ryan to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's complete to Otten. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Here's Ryan. It's caught. This is White. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for New Orleans, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, this could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.
It's the National...
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
Well, you're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Prescott to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they...
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he'll just get rid of it. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Prescott yet again. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. They shakes him off, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
A 63-yard attempt.
And this kick is not gonna get there. It's short and no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. A 4th quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
A give, Singletary right side, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go right back to Singletary. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
On first down, Justin Herbert. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone. Singletary trying the left side. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Herbert now. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So Dak Prescott in the offense. Down by 6. A minute 53 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Here's Prescott. Complete. Pollard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Now Dak. He's got Landry. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down. Got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field?
To throw, Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Now that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team, but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true.
Here's Dak. Cooks on the quick slant. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Now Prescott. And he is caught by Lamb.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll put it out to the 25. Now the attention turns to the...
Got his man, it's Woods. And he will get out of bounds to stop the clock as he picks up maybe 8, and that's all.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Herbert to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Throwing, Herbert. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan.